California malls are sharing some of the license plate information that they've aggregated with ICE. This is a strange story, but it's happening, and it should concern anyone who's concerned about or worried about the government spying in on us or tracking us or becoming too large. So in this case, a chain of California shopping centers appears to be sharing its license plate reader data with an ICE contractor, giving that agency the ability to track license plate numbers it captures in near real time, okay? So just to give you some more specific detail into this, the company that ICE has contracted with is known as Vigilant Solutions. So Irvine Company shares that data with Vigilant Solutions, a private surveillance tech company that sells automated license plate recognition equipment to law enforcement and government agencies, in this case, specifically ICE. ICE has finalized its contract with Vigilant Solutions, or had in January of this year.
So sometimes ICE will show up to places, and you wonder how they got there, and sometimes they've gone after people who made political speeches against the government, and they're like, haha, you're undocumented, and somehow they show up at the speech, et cetera. And there might be a great variety of reasons for that, but reading this story, I thought maybe this is one of the reasons. And we didn't know to what degree they're collecting people's information. And look, we've now done a couple stories where they accidentally rounded up American citizens too. And so there's a lot of reasons why people want to abolish ICE. But now I don't think this is purely a liberal issue. If you're a libertarian or you're a conservative and you care about your privacy and you're worried about big government, they're gathering up, and by the way, some of the private company guys are making money off of it too. They're gathering up all your private information and they're sending it. They're not sending the license plate of just undocumented people. They're sending the license plate of all the people at the mall. Now, if you just went to the mall and got an ice cream cone, okay, nobody cares, and you think, what's the big deal? Now, guys out there and women might be different, but have you went and gotten illegal marijuana somewhere? Okay, or maybe illegal marijuana, depending on the state that you're in. Gone to maybe a massage parlor, and the list goes on and on and on. And they have your license plate, but don't worry, big government won't use it against you, probably.
But like, even if you haven't done anything wrong, are you okay with a government agency that's meant to deal with immigration constantly keeping track of where you are? Are you comfortable? I'm not even comfortable with these, tech companies aggregating this data and then selling it for billions of dollars. I mean, this should all concern you. I mean, especially if you're a person who thinks that the government is too powerful and you want to do whatever you can to dial that back. This is the definition of big government. So,
yeah, and Anna, let alone the bad actors that will invariably get into the system because they're human beings. So whether it's some guy at the private company that's collecting your information or the government, what if it turns out they know you? And they're like, hey, I know that license plate and I know the other one. And they catch you having an affair. They tell your wife because they want to sleep with your wife. I don't know. There's a million scenarios.
That's totally something Trump would do, which he did do.
That's right, he did it to his friends because he's a terrible, terrible human being. So, that's why you don't want big government. That's why our Constitution protects us against it, saying they should not be unreasonable searches and seizures without a warrant. But they don't have warrants for any of this stuff. There's no reason to suspect you, but they're collecting your information anyway. And what if one of those guys doesn't like you and wants to use it against you? Not officially, but unofficially, or leaks it, et cetera, et cetera. And that's why you're not supposed to get information without a warrant. And by the way, Brett Kavanaugh, the Trump Supreme Court pick, has said that the government collecting metadata on you is not a violation of the Fourth Amendment, even though it is clearly on its face, clear reading of the languages, it's a violation of the Fourth Amendment. He goes, yeah, but the government's doing it and I like the government. So yeah, I'm gonna let him collect all your information.
Well, he likes the government when there's a Republican in power. I'm sure that he might have a change of heart if there's a Democratic president who's sanctioning this type of behavior.
Yeah, but either way, and Rand Paul, says, oh yeah, I'm concerned about that. He's gonna vote for Brett Kavanaugh. Already there's reports out that he'll put up a mild fight and then vote for him. Of course he will, because they're all hypocrites. They're for the powerful, and they don't care about you. And so the minute Kavanaugh got into the Bush administration, he's like, oh, the president should be untouchable.
Right.
And now he's a judge. He's like, well, the government should be untouchable. We should get all of your information, and you should know nothing about us. 2 easy ways to follow the Young Turks. One is hit the subscribe button down below. Then you're a TYT subscriber. And second is ring the bell. And when you do that on YouTube, you're notified of our videos.